The benign neutropenia is basically a broad field of terms, and because I haven't, of a term, and because I haven't outgrown it yet, they're not quite sure what exactly it is and what causes what I have specifically, and so it's kind of a learning process as they go. It basically consists of me not having the correct amount of white blood cells in my bloodstream. My count is normal in my bone marrow, but everything that fights off infections, like in you, doesn't work for me because my count is so low. I easily spike temperatures when my body tries to fight, even something like a cut on my arm. I have to have a lot of blood work done just so they watch my counts, because sometimes it does fluctuate a little bit, and if it drops too low, then they just get a little more concerned. I have emergency antibiotics always. The minute I hit like the 101 fever, I'm supposed to start taking, because even if I appear normal on the outside, obviously my body's trying to fight something and I don't know what it is. I've grown up learning to keep logs of my fevers, and you take your temp every half hour, even if that means setting alarms in the night to wake up to check it, and you'd rotate Advil and Tylenol every 3 hours and whatnot, so taking a lot of medication, and that's something that when you're little and you have mom doing, it's one thing, and then as you get older, it's like, oh yeah, did I do this, did I not? And it was like, oh, that's why it all had to be written down and all. My mom was really good at structuring how I lived. She was really big and always washing your hands, wash the doorknobs. She took care of everything, so I wasn't picking up any extra germs, because the minute somebody I live with gets sick, I would get sick, and I didn't really understand it, but I don't think I ever hit the point that I was mad at God. I know growing up in high school, when it was the time to fit in, it wasn't always easy to do that. I couldn't always go to the sleepovers because my mom didn't want me to be around a group of girls breathing in their air that they're breathing at night, and I just wasn't invited to go stay at people's houses anymore because people knew the answer was no, Linnea's not going to come over anyways, and it just kind of made differences in that way. I guess I blamed my mom a lot instead of understanding that she was trying to protect me, and it brought up a lot more fighting between my mom and I, which was never good, but I didn't understand till later that she really had to protect me. I made a comment once I got to college and I got really sick one time, and I told her, I'm like, well, I probably would have been dead if you hadn't taken care of me, because I didn't realize how much work had gone into and how careful she really was to take care of me, because I would get so angry at her for, no, you can't do this, you have to rest, you can't go to practice, you have to do this, and I'm like, no, I have to go to practice because I have to be able to play in the game tomorrow night, that sort of thing. I've learned that little things that people don't even think about, whether it's wiping the door handles every day with Clorox wipes in my apartment because I'm living with 2 other people that obviously carry germs, or you're wanting to go hang out with some friends or whatever, and you know 2 of them are sick, I probably shouldn't go hang out with them. From day one of understanding it, Mom has always taught me to pray about it. And it's very interesting because once I got to college, I finally learned how to give the prayer of thanksgiving. And I know my parents always give it because they've been through a lot with me, and lots of trips to doctors and lots of trips to emergency rooms. I don't think that just because I have this illness and this person doesn't, that I'm closer to God because of it. I'd look at the person that's just as healthy to have the same connection with God as I do. It's not like because He's given me this burden, I'm drawn in closer, but it hasn't hurt my faith any.